Good Sunday morning, Facebook and YouTube. How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy with TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. And you know what time it is. It is time to talk a little sports here on the Sunday Sports Wrap. We'll give you about 30 minutes. Going to talk about some of the latest happenings this week in the sports world. But before we get to all that, make sure you come in, like, subscribe to the channels. That is TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SporTZ HUSTLE right here on YouTube. Make sure you like and follow them both on Facebook as well. And I'm live simultaneously on TikTok as well. If you haven't followed me on TikTok, go follow me on TikTok, Kendrick Henderson 51 as well. Robert says, I got a couple of people already in the chat. We play gold. He said the Mavs. Robert's a Mavs fan, by the way. I'm talking to Robert on TikTok. The Mavericks played Golden State today at 2:30. So I will probably peep in on that. Again, I really don't start watching the NBA until after the All-Star break, All-Star festivities. And so I'm going to be more in tune with the NBA. As far as who do I root for, I don't really have a team in the NBA. I haven't rooted for a team in years because I actually like players more than I like teams. And I'm an MJ guy. So when he pretty much retired, I retired, and I just kind of just started watching players, so to speak. What's up, Chalky White? Good Sunday morning. Drew 72. Good Sunday morning to you. Thanks for joining. Make sure you tap that screen, share this live as well. If you want to know how to share this live on TikTok, just hold the middle of the screen, then your friends list pop up. Then you can hit that check mark and you do all that good stuff. So again, we're gonna talk a little NBA. Little NBA most of the day. We do have the NFL Combine that starts on tomorrow. Robert says, "Me too. I love MJ. Do some most love to you." As well as you can see, if you're on TikTok watching, you know I'm a Packers guy. Speaking of NFL, the NFL Combine does kick off tomorrow in Indianapolis, so you can get to check out position players, some of the people that's going to be invited. The one person that wasn't invited that I was kind of shocked was Shiloh Sanders. He was not invited to the Combine in Indianapolis. And for the life of me, I don't understand why he didn't get an invite, but it is what it is. So that'll just give him more fuel, add more fuel to, I guess, for him to pursue his NFL career. So again, if you're watching me again on YouTube, make sure you share this, subscribe to the channels if you have not already done so. So let's get to our first segment for the day. We're talking NBA. We're going to stay with the San Antonio Spurs because they had some unfortunate news that happened this week. They will be without their 7'3" center, Victor Wembanyama, the reigning NBA Rookie of the Year from last year and the first-time All-Star. He is done for the season because of a deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. And that requires him to take blood thinning medicine. And with this medicine, according to medical reports, you're not allowed to participate in contact sports. So what's up, Jesus? Go Pack Go already. What's up, Connor Smith? Thanks for popping in. So yes. So again, devastating news for the San Antonio Spurs, who exactly, by the way, they are in 12th place right now. They are 24-30. And this, Victor Wembanyama, when you think about it, I think he was going to be the face of this league coming up. Now, I did read something interesting about this deep vein thrombosis. This is similar to what Chris Bosh had, if you did know. You remember Chris Bosh, my all-star champ, world champ, two-time world champ, played for the Miami Heat with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. That was the reason why he had to retire, because he had this similar situation, but it was in his lungs. And that's where the report said this is a little bit different, is because even though Wembanyama has this as well, it's not in his lung area. So he is expected to make a full recovery and expected to play next year, Robert, from all the reports that I'm reading. But as far as this season, it's a wrap, and he has some outstanding numbers too, by the way. He was averaging 24.3 points, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists. He led the league in blocks at 3.8 per game, and he had played in 46 games. The flip side to that is he had these type of numbers where he was going to be a nominee, a candidate for the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Well, the new rule now is you have to play a minimum of 65 games to be a candidate for any player award. So unfortunately, he only played 46, so he can't even be nominated for the NBA Defensive Player of the Year. So that's unfortunate. But again, at the end of the day, you know, your health is wealth. As my blood brother always says, that's his sayings. Your health is wealth. So obviously, it's a big blow to what San Antonio wanted to do this year. You know, they made the big trade to get De'Aaron Fox from Sacramento. They was going to, you know, pairing him with Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle. They was going to have a nice big three, as they call it now. But unfortunately, they will have to wait till next season again. Hopefully, Victor Wembanyama will make a full recovery from this deep vein thrombosis. Not only did they have that happen, back in November, their head coach, Greg Popovich, had a mild stroke, and he hasn't coached since. And I was reading a report from Shams Charania for ESPN. His future is in doubt. It may Greg Popovich might be having to retire. You know, he's also the president of basketball operations for the San Antonio Spurs. He's been the head coach since 1999, and he's won 5 championships for this franchise. He's one of the Hall of Fame coach. He was elected to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame back in 2023. He's 78, 76 years old, so he's a little up in age. So not only did they lose Victor Wembanyama, their head coach, you know, there's a possibility that Greg Pop won't be back again. So, you know, and I like Pop. I think he's one of the greatest coaches to ever do it. Matter of fact, he's the all-time NBA winningest coach, or his victories are concerned. So now, not only, again, is the Spurs going to be without Wembanyama, they possibly may be without their head man that's been with the franchise for decades and has been the head coach and helped bring 5 championships to the team. So we'll see what happens in San Antonio. Again, we want to definitely send a speedy recovery to Victor Wembanyama. Again, a 7'3" center from France. And you know, the sky's the limit. But at this point, all you can do is do what the doctor's orders, take this blood thinning medicine, get back on the court as soon as possible. And until then, the Spurs, you know, they can pretty much chalk this season up. You know, again, they sitting at 24-30. In 12 plays, I don't see them making a run for the playoffs. So we're gonna stay in the NBA world, but we're gonna talk about a father, LeVar Ball. I don't know if you guys saw this story. He came down a couple of days ago. LeVar Ball, the father of Lonzo, LaMelo, and LiAngelo. He had a serious medical issue and had a serious surgery that he had to have his right foot amputated. Now, far as what that serious medical issue is, nobody's reported on it. They've been tight-lipped. The Ball brothers haven't even commented on their father's surgery. LeVar actually, he did make an appearance on a social media network, and he was in good spirits, as he always is. And he seemed to be in good spirits, and he was even rapping some lines from his son LiAngelo's song "Tweaker," which, by the way, is one of the hottest rap singles out. If you didn't know, LiAngelo is the middle son. He's pretty much given up his basketball career, and he's looking to be a rapper. What's up, Alonta Taylor? Thanks for popping in. Don, I see you. Good Sunday morning to you. Raider, I see you as well. Good Sunday morning to you. Thanks for popping in. If you haven't already, tap that follow button, click that follow button, tap the screen, get them likes up. But I just want to talk about LeVar Ball. You know, everybody had their opinions of him. You know, a lot of not so great. And I'll be perfectly honest, when he first burst on the scene, he rubbed me the wrong way. I thought he was, you know, a loudmouth, braggadocious, you know, he was putting a bullseye on his son's back. In my opinion, I thought that especially Lonzo, who was at UCLA at the time when he first burst on the scene, and you know, he was making all these outlandish comments about, you know, he could beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1, this and that, talking about LeVar himself. And then I'll be honest with you, I started watching. They had their Facebook reality show. I don't know if anybody watched the Ball family. They had a Facebook reality show a couple of years back, and I started watching it. And my opinion of LeVar Ball changed after watching that, because me being a father of three, I have two sons and a daughter, and he having three sons, all of them with talent, basketball talent. I get it. I finally got it. He was just a father that is looking out for his sons and wanting the best for them and believing in them and supporting them. And I think that message got lost because I think he's so boisterous and braggadocious. Most people wasn't really thinking about, hey, look at this, especially black men. Look at this black man out here really, really supporting his sons and put them in the position to win. That's what I finally took. I said, oh, I get it. I said, because a lot of young black men aren't used to having that support. I didn't say all. Let me say that. I say a lot of black men. You didn't have that father to support everything and to build you up and to support you and put you in a position to win. I didn't have that. So I get it. So to see that made me appreciate him even more. And then, you want to start your own family business, Big Baller Brand. That came with critics, including me, when they first brought out that shoe, which I didn't think was all that great looking, but that's neither here or there. And I thought the price was a little pricey. If you want people, make it affordable. But again, that was his way of like, let me set up a company, help my sons set up their own where they can create their own narrative, create their own wealth, have their own shoe rather than go to these shoe companies and sign a contract, and basically you work for them. So I now I get it. LeVar Ball, like I say, I think he's a little bit misunderstood. Now that I look back on it, was he theatrical? Yeah, that's just who he is. I get it. But I get why now that he was the type of father he was. He took it the whole different route. With his sons. The youngest one, LaMelo, who's I think is the most talented one. He's had he's dealing with some injuries now with Charlotte, but he took him a whole different route. They went overseas to play ball and came back and then ended up being the third pick in the NBA draft and looking now, Lonzo. He's had his ups and downs, but he's still plugging along. He's with Chicago now. I think he had a lot of undue pressure on him, especially being drafted by the Lakers. I think that was I didn't see that working out, and obviously it didn't. But LeVar Ball, all I gotta say is hats off to him, man. As being a father that's concerned about your sons and you want to put them in a position to win. I didn't want to bring him up, but LeBron James is kind of in the same boat. I may not like the method that he did with his son Bronny, but as a father, I get what he's trying to do. That is LeBron James. And speaking again of the Lakers, I'm kind of going off on a sidetrack. Did anybody watch the Lakers and the Nuggets last night? By the way. The Lakers got a big win. They had, matter of fact, I did not even know they had won. They hadn't won in Denver since 2022. Robert said, yeah, they got the big win, 123-100. Luka Doncic almost had a triple double. He went for 32, 10 rebounds, and 7 assists. Had 4 steals. LeBron went for 25, had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks. So they look pretty good with that combination. Austin Reeves had 23, I believe. Rui had 21. So they look good against Denver. Now, can they sustain this? The Lakers they right now I think they're sitting in the 5th position. Yeah, at 34 and at the 4th position, 34 and 21. So can this team make a run? I think they're looking good at this point. Again, that's just one game. I ain't trying to put the cart before the horse. That's just one game. But we're gonna see how this trade. I think it's gonna be a couple of years before we know really who is the winner and the loser of this trade between the Lakers and the Mavericks, where Anthony Davis is, street clothes as some call him, because he stay on the bench more than he stay in between the lines. But again, that's gonna be a big game coming up Tuesday, by the way. The Lakers host the Mavericks. And it's gonna be rocking. I think it's in LA. I think it's at crypto.com arena. So it's gonna be rocking come this Tuesday night. So I had to throw that in there. But back to LeVar Ball, like I said, I think he's taken a step back. He's been out the limelight for a while. As far as his health is, I think we don't know. I'm assuming if you having to take a limb, it has something to do with diabetes, and I'm just assuming that. And I could be wrong. It could be some sort of other issue, but the thing is, he's 57 years old, man, and I'm 56, so I get it. We got to do a better job of taking care of our health as well. Robert says, what do you think they fans are not allowed to wear? Robert, I'm really trying to figure out if that story is true. I've been trying to get that confirmed through some media guys that's in the DFW market. I don't want to believe that just yet. Now that's being reported. I hadn't found any facts that say that is true. It is true. Well, if that's the case, that ownership is straight trash of the Mavericks. If that you saying is true, then yeah, the Mavs ownership is straight trash. Point blank. If I was a Mavs fan, I would not attend another game at American Airlines Center. Point blank. I'm a Kyrie fan, but I'm not I'm an MJ guy, so I hadn't really liked teams. Okay, so it is true, Robert. Are you do you hold season tickets? Do you hold season tickets? And if you do, did you ask for a refund, or will you attend Mavs games from here on out? And do you have a Luka jersey, by the way? Because if I were you, Robert, I would not attend one game at that arena. Point blank. They wouldn't see a crying dime of my money at all. If I was a fan that had a Luka jersey. So if you do wear it, what they gonna do? Oh, they just not gonna let you in. If you show up with your ticket with a Luka jersey on, they just ain't gonna let you in the arena. That's what they gonna do. They not gonna allow you. Wow, man. My good brother Matt Robert over here on TikTok is saying that Mavs fans aren't allowed to wear the number 77 jersey to Mavericks games. If they do, they won't be allowed in the stadium. That is straight garbage. Mavericks organization is straight trash. Oh, Robert said, yes, I got my money back, and I have a lot of Luka jerseys. Good. I'm glad you got some money back. And if any Mavs fans that's in that DFW, don't attend them games. Yeah, the management pretty much just told you what they think about you as fans, man, if that's the case. My thing is, you made the trade, stand 10 toes down on it. You made it, Nico Harrison. Ownership. Y'all made it. Don't alienate the fans, stand 10 toes down on it. Take the negative with the positive. Again, hopefully that they keep that arena empty. And it's a shame because the players are the one that suffer, and fans too. You got the Anthony Davises and the Kyrie Irvings and the rest of those Maverick players. They suffer. It's a whole bunch of, man, that's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, I definitely know I would not attend a Mavericks game if I was a Mavs fan. So I'd like to know what you guys think about that in the comments here on YouTube. You watch this later. My good man Robert says that if you have a Luka Doncic jersey, a number 77, you are not allowed to wear them to Mavs games. You will not be allowed in, even if you got tickets. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that in the comment section. Please let me know what you think about that. Now, we're getting down to my last segment, and I really wasn't going to address this, but I had to because I posted a story. I posted 2 stories yesterday, actually, on TikTok and YouTube. I posted a story about the NBA three-pointer barrage. It's gotten out of hand. I posted that story first. And then I just, Saturday sometimes it's just, it could be a slow sports day. You got college basketball now. Just when I'm talking about sports day, it could be like breaking sports news. It could be a slow day. So then I start seeing Steve Smith Sr. name trending. NFL Network analyst, former Carolina Panther, former Baltimore Raven, future Hall of Famer. I start seeing his name trended, and I saw a report, someone posted it. Then I saw a couple of content creators post a story on it on YouTube. He was put on blast by a man by the name, I believe it's Martinez, Tony Martinez. According to Tony Martinez, Steve Smith Sr. was allegedly trying to run deep posts with his wife, or was allegedly running post routes. Now, it's a play on words, but if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. He was messing around with his wife, and he put him on blast. He put a text message on X, formerly known as Twitter. He posted that. Then he would post alleged phone call of him calling Steve Smith Sr. and checking him for messing with his wife, who his wife is a part of the Baltimore Ravens marching band. And according to this, that's how Steve Smith Sr. and her met. And he posted that all on X. And I listened to the call, and it sounded like Steve Smith Sr. didn't have much to say, but I'm sorry. And it sounded like him. You know, AI, you just never know. You can manipulate stuff. But it sounded like, so I posted the story just because I was like, you know what? This is people talking about this. And so I got some comments on TikTok, and I'm gonna read one of them from Mario Martinez. But I'm gonna, you know, I like the dialogue. Mario Martinez said to me, "Why would you put Mr. Smith on blast? Unfortunately, you're part of the media that creates drama, hate, and racism. Nobody cares." That was from Mario Martinez. I will respond. Let me read the other comment. DK commented, "I hate to see our own brothers reporting this subject matter on another, especially knowing how the game goes as if they never played it themselves on some level. Leave this for the women. They're grown." So those were two comments that was posted on my story after on TikTok. And I want to say this. It's funny how I got these comments because of all the stories that I do and I create as a content creator, which I normally stay away from what I call the reality show gossip garbage stuff. I normally stay away from that. But I saw that this story was trending, and I was like, okay, and then it's something to this. Now, of all the stories I've posted in 2025, and I've posted quite a few since the beginning of the year, this story on Steve Smith Sr. on my TikTok has the most views of any story I've posted. It's at 4,800 views. The other story I posted on Saturday, talking about the NBA and the three-point barrage, you know how many views it got? 200. I posted a story about Lisa Leslie helping Angel Reese work on her game. You know how many views it got? 200. I'm talking TikTok. I posted a story about Dawn Staley becoming the highest paid college basketball coach, women's basketball coach in the land. You know how many views it got? It got 200. So I say all that to say this. People love salaciousness. I post great content all the time, but I barely get 3 to 5 views. The story on Sterling Sharp that I posted, finally get into the Hall of Fame. It got 800 views. But any story I notice, any story I post, and I don't post a lot, but if I post a negative, somewhat kind of story, or some story that got a little bit of back and forth and some negativity to it, that gets the most views. So I said all that to say this. It's easy to keep scrolling and don't watch. It's easy to keep scrolling. If you see a headline for a story, and I do it all the time, if I'm not interested in it, don't watch it. But again, you have a right to comment, and I love that these two commented. But I had a right to say, you know what? You guys being hypocrites because you ain't watched now one of my stories, other these other stories I posted. You watched this one, though. You commented on this one. But you ain't comment on my other good stuff. Go check out my other stuff and comment on that. But you clicked on this one. That tells me either you gravitate toward the negative stuff. That tells me that's what grabs your attention. Again, and I'm saying this because I believe this, and I do it myself. There's a lot of stories that I see content creators create, and I'm like, nah, I'm not interested in that. Nope. Nah, I watched about the first 15 seconds, like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. And I don't comment and I keep it going. Again, you have a right to comment on a story again, but I also have a right to come back at you and call you out on your hypocrisy as well, viewers. Some of you viewers, just go and tell the truth. Be honest with you. You really like to watch the dysfunction, and you like the negative stuff more than you like the positive stuff. Because if you did, as I look at my story count and the views that I get on both YouTube and TikTok, if you did, I would have more views. I'm just saying. So that was my rant for the day. I had to get that off my chest because at first I wasn't going to address it. I said, yeah, I just want to talk about it. So there you have it. That was my rant for this Sunday. February the 23rd. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. I want to thank everybody for popping in and watching me over here. Robert, appreciate you, my good man. And yeah, I'm definitely going to probably do something about this Luka jersey. I'm going to do something on that story. And I may drop something on it Tuesday due to the fact that the Lakers and the Mavericks will be playing on Tuesday. So I'm definitely going to dig a little more and probably do something on that. But I appreciate you watching. I appreciate all those that popped in on TikTok as well here on YouTube and Facebook. If you watch this later, make sure you like, subscribe, comment in the comment section, share this to all your social media platforms. And again, I'm going to have something special, a special interview coming up in the next couple of weeks. And it's going to be very dear to me. Hopefully we can work this out and get this live. It's kind of going to be sports related, but not really. But this person is really near and dear to me because he's publishing his first book. I'm just going to leave it at that. And but in the next couple, hopefully we can set this up. We're going to do some live so we can talk about this first book that's coming out. And again, this person is very near and dear to me, and I know him very, very well, by the way. So we looking. Hopefully I can get him live on March 9th. Hopefully. So we'll see if we can make that happen. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. Good Sunday to you again. We got the Mavericks, I believe, play at 2:30 today. My good man Robert says so. You got some NBA basketball. Also got some college women basketball that's happening today too. That's going to be tipping off. I think we got 3 good games coming today. So you got something to check out on the tube. So again, you can catch me here every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.